Golden Tigers fans, get ready. It's time for buckets, blocks, spills, thrills, steals, and slams. Thunder! Tuskegee basketball is next on the Golden Tigers Sports Network. Now, let's go courtside with the call. Here's Charles Ward.
And we have come back to the scene of the crime for Golden Tigers basketball last night here in the Beacom Lewis Gymnasium on the campus of Central State University. The 10-game win streak by the Golden Tigers women's basketball program was broken with an 58-52 loss to the Lady Marauders of Central State. Golden Tigers of Tuskegee hoping for a different result here tonight when the men of Tuskegee get set to meet the Marauders of Central State in basketball here on the Golden Tigers Sports Network. Glad you could join us for our coverage. And we're live from Central State University. Golden Tigers getting set to meet the Marauders of Central State in a basketball game that has significance for both programs. For the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee, they come into tonight's ball game with an 11-12 mark overall, and they are 9-8 in the SIAC. Currently in second in the west of the conference. But the Marauders of Central State, they are 13-11 overall, and they are 8-8 in the SIAC, currently fourth in the west of the SIAC. So Tuskegee, by looking at the standings here, they need to win this basketball game to maintain that separation between themselves, Kentucky State and Central State. Kentucky State at 12-10. They are at 9-8 overall. Right now, Tuskegee would have the edge over them because of the head-to-head. But these teams right on the heels of Tuskegee, Kentucky State, and Central State, all trailing miles, is already clinched in the west of the SIAC. So they will have to bye in the first round. It will be between Tuskegee, Kentucky State, Central State, with those squads in terms of where and who they will host in the first or opening round of the SIAC, remembering that those opening rounds this year slated to be played at the school with the higher seed, and the top four from each division will host, with Miles having the bye. So Tuskegee can stay in that mix in the top four, but they would love to be up there at number 2, which means they will need a lower seed in their opening round play against an opponent in the opening round of the SIAC. So this basketball game has a lot of significance for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee as they get set to meet the Marauders of Central State University. Last meeting between these teams, January 18th, that was played at Chappie James. Tuskegee won that one pretty handily, 78-61 in a ball game that had 2 lead changes and 2 ties. But Tuskegee shooting well from the floor at 43%. At 27 of 63 compared to just 36% for Central State. And Tuskegee doing a great job from behind the arc in that ball game. They shot 52%, connecting on 13 of Bob Restaurant's three-point shots in that ball game to defeat the Marauders of Central State at Chappie James in a ball game in which Tuskegee had 18 turnovers compared to 17 for the Marauders of Central State, but Tuskegee doing a better job of getting points off of the turnovers, off the 17 turnovers by Central State. Tuskegee turned those into 17 points. So when you add the field goal percentage to 3-point per shooting for Tuskegee and what they did on points off of turnovers, that was the difference in the ball game for Tuskegee winning the first time around against the Marauders of Central State. But like we saw last night, that was then, and this is now. Tuskegee here inside the Lewis Gymnasium at Central State University. Expect this to be a tougher challenge for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. The series between these teams dating back to 2016. This is the 17th meeting between these squads here tonight. Tuskegee leads the series 11-4. It was referenced a few minutes ago. The last time they played was on the 18th of January. Tuskegee winning that ball game. Right now, TU is on a 7-game win streak against the Marauders of Central State. They certainly don't want that to be broken here tonight. Last 10 meetings, Tuskegee leads 9-1, and you got to go all the way back to 2020 for the Marauders winning against Tuskegee. That was a 78-68 win. and they won that one here inside the Lewis Gymnasium at Central State University. So that's the history between these squads as they get set for basketball action here tonight. The Marauders of Central State come into this ball game with two back-to-back wins. They beat Kentucky State and Spring Hill, the most recent victims here in November. And for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee, they are riding cloud high as they come here into the Beacom Lewis Gymnasium after defeating Morehouse as a part of the NBA All-Star Weekend in the HBCU All-Star Challenge. Tuskegee winning that ball game 68-55 and hoping that they can bring that momentum with them here in Wilberforce, Ohio, as they get set to meet the Marauders of Central State. It is senior night here for the men's program at Central State. Women seniors were recognized last night for the Marauders of Central State. Tuskegee will do the same thing on Saturday when we get to Chappie in our final home ball game against the Badgers of Spring Hill, both men and women at 1 and 3 o'clock, and the seniors will be recognized then. But it's senior night here for the Marauders of Central State. Golden Tigers of Tuskegee coming to this ball game with some very impressive defensive stats. They are second in the conference in terms of defensive scoring and sixth in the nation in overall defensive scoring. They are first in the conference in field goal percentage defense and second in the nation in that category. And they are second in the SIAC in three-point defensive scoring in terms of preventing three-point shots, and they are third in the nation in that category as well. And also Tuskegee in terms of forcing turnovers per ball game. They are 51st in the nation in teams averaging 15 turnovers per ball game, those turnovers being forced by the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. So defensively, Tuskegee really some impressive numbers. On the offensive side, one category they definitely are concentrating on trying to get up in terms of the percentage there as they head toward the finale of the season and into the tournament. Free throw shooting is plaguing Tuskegee at this point right now. They're 15th in the conference in that category at 59%, right at 60%. But they would certainly love to get that number as it relates to the remaining part of the season and into the tournament at 75+% shooting from the free throw line. They did a pretty good job in the ball game against Morehouse College in the win and the HBCU All-Star Challenge. They shot 68% from the free throw line at 13 of 19, along with 41% shooting from the floor and 44% shooting from behind the arc. When you review that ball game that Tuskegee had against the Maroon Tigers in the HBCU All-Star Challenge as a part of NBA All-Star Weekend, it was all cylinders for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. Led in almost every category statistically in that ball game except for bench scoring. Out of the 6 other categories, Tuskegee led in field goal percentage, free throw percentage, behind the arc, rebounding, assist, turnover margin, and steals in that ball game. So it was an incredible performance by the Golden Tigers. They really rose to that challenge, and they'll be asked to do the same thing here tonight against the Marauders of Central State, who want to continue their 2-game win streak. And the Golden Tigers obviously want to continue the effort that they had out in Oakland just a few days ago. We get set for the national anthem here inside the Beacom Lewis Gymnasium. We'll step out for a timeout. When we come back, we will have the TNT Fireworks starting lineups. That's just ahead here on GTSN.
Tuskegee fans, this is the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
Golden Tiger fans, I'm Anthony Holloman, Commissioner of the SIAC, and this is Golden Tiger Sports Network.
In communities where leaders are forged and legacies are born, the Southern Intercollegiate Athletic Conference proudly celebrates the accomplishments of current and former students. From the playing field to the boardroom, they are the next generation of entrepreneurs, doctors, and executives.
Leaders rise here. Leaders rise here.
Leaders rise here.
Leaders rise here.
STEM careers are one of the fastest growing fields, yet women of color comprise less than 10% of the workforce within these high-paying jobs. Tuskegee University is changing this. In 2018, we were awarded a grant from the National Science Foundation to develop computer science career awareness for young African American women. In 2019, we established the Campaign for Leadership and Excellence Scholarship. It provides future female engineers with financial support to pursue their educational goals. Today, Tuskegee continues to educate African American women in STEM fields, empowering them to pursue their chosen careers and providing the foundation they need to transform science, medicine, and technology. If a STEM career is in your future, explore what Tuskegee can offer you.
Hello, I'm Dr. Mark Brown, class of 1986, president of Tuskegee University, and this is the Golden Tiger Sports Network.
Thank you, Dr. Brown. We're live here from the Beacom Lewis Gymnasium on the campus of Central State University, getting set for Golden Tigers basketball on the Golden Tiger Sports Network. So glad you could join us for the coverage. Charles Ward here inside the arena. Let's take a look at the TNT starting lineups. We'll begin with the Marauders of Central State. They will go with the junior Khalil Luster. Luster at 7.8 points per ball game and 1.7 rebounds for the Marauders of Central State. Rayvon Thomas, the junior from Detroit, Michigan, he's in their starting lineup. Thomas averages 6 points per ball game and 3.5 rebounds per outing. It'll also be the junior Stephen Key, the second team all-conference player from Cleveland, Ohio, in their starting lineup. Key at 9.5 points per ball game and 2.3 assists per outing for the Marauders of Central State. They will also have in their lineup this afternoon Savion Marshall Hamilton. He's a redshirt junior from Columbus, Ohio. And Savion Marshall Hamilton on the season, 7 points and 4.5 rebounds per outing for the Marauders of Central State. And it'll be Brandon Scott, the junior from Hammond, Illinois. Scott averages 13.3 points per ball game, 15th in the conference there, and 5.1 rebounds. So it's Luster, Scott, Thomas, Stephen Key II, and Marshall Hamilton, the 5 for the Marauders of Central State. They're coached by Travis Lewis. He's in his first year, graduate of Eastern Michigan State, and the Marauders are 13-11 and 8-8 under his tutelage. They are 4th in the West. Now the TNT starting lineup for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. Golden Tigers at 11-12 overall and 9-8 in SIAC play, second in the West. They'll go this way in the lineup. It'll be Kevin Seasbury, the senior from Lithonia, Georgia. Seasbury at 17.1 points per ball game, 7th in the conference in scoring. Noah Goins, a freshman from Mansfield, Texas, will be in the lineup. Noah at 3.6 points per ball game and 3.4 rebounds for the Golden Tigers. The senior from Kansas City, Missouri, DeAnthony Pennington, the captain of the team, 12.7 points per ball game. DA with 2.8 assists per outing for the Golden Tigers. Going to be the junior from Decatur, Illinois, Rodney Walker Jr. in the lineup. Rodney at 6.6 points per ball game, and Rodney leads the team in assists with 3.4 per ball game. And of course, rounding out the 5 for the Golden Tigers is the junior from Columbus, from Conyers, Georgia, Kasame Draper, second team all-conference. Kasame, 16.1 points per ball game, 8th in the conference in scoring. He's 7th in the conference in rebounding with 7 rebounds per ball game. So it's Seasbury, Goins, Pennington, Walker, and Draper, the 5 for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. Golden Tigers coached by Benji Taylor. Coach Taylor in his 6th campaign at Tuskegee. He's assisted by Jameer Cheeks and Devin Booker and Cairo Stanford, strength and conditioning coach on the bench as well. The brain trust for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee as they put it on the line here this afternoon as they meet the Marauders of Central State in SIAC action. Officials for this afternoon's ball game, Chuck Evans, Kyle Ray, and Bobby Green will be calling this ball game. SIAC officials for this contest. Tuskegee on the road in their black jerseys and trunks. Tuskegee blossom across the front in gold, numbers in gold outline, and just a little light trim of crimson for the Marauders of Central State. They are at home in their yellow jerseys, outlined in crimson or maroon on their trunks, numbers in maroon, lettering maroon, trimmed in maroon and white. Set to begin, Tuskegee going to right to left in the first 20 minutes of play. Draper set to jump against Thomas at the center circle. Taps up and controlled in the backcourt. Marauders will have it first. They will go left to right as we get things started here, first 20 minutes of play. Out front, Lester handles the basketball. They'll work it left side with the pass to Thomas. Thomas doubled immediately, works it on the floor now to Key. Whistles inside the paint, a first whistle of the ball game. And a foul called on the inside against Tuskegee. I think that one's going to go against Pennington on the inside, I believe. And that's DA's first personal of the ball game. So left of the cylinder, the Marauders to inbound it. They'll work it down in the corner to the glass. Shot there is off the mark by Brandon Scott. They got a second look, though, with the backside rebound. Lester works it right side. And circling inside the paint now, Key dumps it down in the corner. Jumper there. That one's missed. Rebound backside Pennington, and Tuskegee back the other way after the missed shot by the Marauders on their end of the floor. Whistles back the other way. And Pennington's picked up another foul, this time on a half-court set. So DA has picked up second personal in the first minute or so of this basketball. Not even a minute has expired, and he's got two already. Coach Taylor looking for an explanation for that call. Luster inbounds it in the backcourt for Central State. So inauspicious start there for Pennington with the two personals. Austin Taylor set to come in the ball game. Next dead ball down at the block. Whistles down at the block, and we go back the other way. Some early whistles here inside the Lewis Gymnasium. And this time the personal was called against the Marauders of Central State. I think it was Stephen Key guilty of the personal. A correction on that, it was Marshall Hamilton picking up his first. So Tuskegee will have the basketball. We're scoreless now with 18:55 just underway here inside the gymnasium at Central State. Goins up top with the basketball for TU. Taylor out on the floor now after Pennington picked up his second personal. Culpepper in the starting lineup. He handles out front. Right side, Walker to Culpepper now. Chip almost lost it back to Rodney. Shoot, floater inside. That one's rejected. And they're going to count the basket there. That basketball way out front. I don't think I had a chance to even get to the cylinder, but Tuskegee will take that break there. That shot was falling way short of the cylinder. But they'll credit that basket to Rodney. So Rodney with his first field goal with 18-17 left. Tuskegee with a 2-0 lead. Jumper out front by Scott. He misses on that. Another look there by the Marauders, though, as Lister runs it right side. They pump it down in the corner, and a shot is missed there. Culpepper ties up Thomas on the inside, and they'll get Culpepper on the inside. So Chip's picked up his first personal. Tuskegee with a 2-0 lead, just underway here at Central State University. 18:02 left first half of play. Basketball pushed out front to Stephen Key. He'll work it left side. Now dumped it down inside the paint. They got a man free down there. And Marshall Hamilton got the lay in left side. So Central State with its first field goal of the ball game. We're tied at 2 each. Taylor right side with the basketball to Draper. Draper up top to Goins. Now back to Austin left side. Trying to get it inside at the block to Draper. Draper's there, but he's doubled on the inside. Across the floor, they almost throw it away. Culpepper with the basketball. Chip. Fake the jumper, got it back to Taylor. Taylor at the free throw line, lost it on the floor. Now it's tied up, and we're going back the other way. Taylor trying to come in on the backside of that play. I think they're going to get him for the personal foul. They will call the foul on Taylor. Basketball will belong to the Marauders of Central State, but it'll come after a timeout with 17:25 remaining in its first half of play, and we're tied at 2 each. We'll take a break here on GTSN.
Tuskegee fans, this is the Golden Tigers Sports Network. Staying up to date on all recommended vaccines is one of the safest preventative care measures available to protect you and your family from disease. Many children and adults that delayed vaccination during the pandemic are still behind schedule. It is crucial that we take steps to get everyone back on track with their routine immunizations. Tuskegee fans, let's all do our part to get back on track. Protect yourself and others by making sure you are up to date on all recommended vaccines, including respiratory virus vaccines. Don't wait. Vaccinate. For more information, visit alabamapublichealth.gov/IMM.
Tuskegee Nation, I'm Reginald Ruffin, Director of Athletics, and this is the Golden Tiger Sports Network.
And the Golden Tiger Sports Network is live at Central State University, Wilberforce, Ohio, inside the Beacom Lewis Gymnasium. After the timeout, Central State will have the basketball. Austin Taylor hit with his first personal. And Central State will inbound into the backcourt. Luster set to do that. Got it into play, and they'll go back the other way. Taylor leads him across the timeline. Left side of the pass, they go to Stephen Key. Key just in front of the Tuskegee bench with a pass to Georgiou, who just got on the floor. And they'll work it down at the block underneath the defense, and rolling with a lay-in left side is Marshall Hamilton for his second field goal of this first half. So Central State takes a 4-2 lead. Full court pressure by the Marauders, and Rodney Walker comes across the timeline. Rodney off of a screen by Noah up top. He'll slide right side. Trying to get it inside at the block. Try to bounce it inside the Draper, but it's kicked out of bounds by Central State. It'll stay with TU. 16 to shoot. Christopher Whitmore on the floor now. Lefty, sophomore from Tucker, Georgia. Early in this ball game with 16:48 remaining. They'll get it to him in the corner. Bounce pass at the block, Draper. Draper doubled there. Turns toward the rack. Spinner. Falls good for Draper. Draper got it to the cylinder and just willed that basketball to fall. We're tied at 4. Draper with his first points of the ball game. Half-court set now for Central State. There into the floor. Luster right side down at the block. Lost his dribble. Pushes back up top to Brandon Scott with the basketball. He'll slide left side. Now with a pass to his left to Stephen Key just in front of the Tuskegee bench. Doubled out there. Marshall Hamilton with it inside the paint. Slides on the defense, underneath the defense. A whistle down low. Try to reverse lay-in right side. That fell short. But Tuskegee commits a foul underneath. Trying to get a read on. I think they call that foul on Draper, and that's Sami's first for Tuskegee. So at the line for the Marauders, it's Savion Marshall Hamilton, the redshirt junior from Columbus, Ohio. 44% free throw shooter, but he rattled the first one good. He's got 5 in his first half of play for Central State. They lead at 5-4. And Marshall Hamilton set for the second of 2. Knocked them both down from the line. He's got 6. Central State leads 6-4. Full court pressure by the Marauders as Taylor takes a look at that. Dylan Cambridge out on the floor for Tuskegee now. Entry pass to Draper near the free throw line. Out front, Rodney Walker doubled out front. Lost his dribble. Inside pass, Draper. He's free and got the flush on the inside. Alabama power points in the paint there for Tuskegee. Draper got behind the defense. Rodney found him, so Rodney with the assist. Draper with the finish. He's got 4. We're tied at 6. Half-court set now for the Marauders. They're working out front. Luster with the basketball. Draper picks him up out front. Now on the floor they go right to the rack and an easy lay-in right side. Marshall Hamilton was working on the inside. He's got 8. Draper so far out defensively. He had a lane right side for an easy lay-in. They lead 8-6. Tuskegee with it in the half-court set. Cambridge with it out front. Up top he goes with the pass to Draper. Left side or right side to the floor now. Taylor dumps it at the block. Draper or Cambridge got it inside the Draper. Draper right side to the cylinder, left it short. Long rebound comes away to Central State. They run it back down the other way. Luster for 3. Rattle for Central State. Rattle make it 11-6 after the basket by Luster. 14:45 left in this first half of play. Tuskegee trailing 11-6. Taylor surveys up top to Draper at the foul line. Draper back to Austin. Austin left corner, pushes back up top to Kasami. Now back out to Rodney near the free throw line, 6 to shoot. Rodney tried to slice between two defenders and lost the basketball. Run out back the other way. It's Tom. Nice job by Christopher Whitmore defensively to take it back for Tuskegee. Rodney works it right side all the way through, lost the basketball on the floor, goes down to the surface. Drapers collects it, pushes back out front to Rodney. Rodney behind the arc for three, knocked it down for Tuskegee. Tuskegee a little bit helter-skelter there, but got a free man. Rodney with the jumper. It's a three-pointer to make it 11-9. Half-court set for Luster and the Marauders now. 13:50 left, first half of play. Jumper, left corner, that shot's off the mark. Cambridge got it, tipped it over to Rodney. Rodney wants to run, nobody with him at this point. See if he'll pull back. He'll pull out for three. Walker drew a foul from on the arc. He'll be shooting three for Tuskegee. So Rodney trying to quicken that pace. Got a jumper from behind the arc. He'll be shooting, but he'll be shooting after this timeout. 13:37 remains first half. Tuskegee trails the Marauders of Central State 11-9. Take a break here on GTSN.
Tuskegee fans, this is the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
What does education mean when you choose the top HBCU in Alabama?
So one of the things that's been most valuable from my experience at Tuskegee is being able to face challenges head on. I can definitely say here I've learned how to be an advocate for myself, how to speak up, and how to present myself in ways that can help me get opportunities, that help me fix things that may not be right. And I think that's really just the best skill that I've learned here that I can take with me for the rest of my life.
Look forward to your bright future. Apply to Tuskegee University today.
I am Deborah Rogers, Deputy Chief Athletic Director, and this is the Golden Tiger Sports Network.
Thank you, Deborah. Everybody's still raving about the wonderful job you and the athletic staff did in terms of pulling off that incredible weekend out in Oakland for the HBCU All-Star Challenge. Job well done. 13:37 remains here first half. Tuskegee trails 11-9 to the Marauders of Central State. It's senior night here for the Marauders of Central State. The Pep band to our right, cranking it up as they did last night in the women's ball game. Quick correction on the Central State schedule. That ball game that they won on February 12th was against Kent State and not Kentucky State. They won that one 76-62, and then they defeated Spring Hill over the weekend 78-74. Take a look at some of the numbers from this first few minutes in this basketball game for the Maroon Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. They are 4 of 5 from the floor at 80%. And one Bob's Restaurant three-point basket. That was by Rodney Walker just a few moments ago. 4 of 9 shooting for the Marauders of Central State. Rodney, meanwhile, at the line. He was fouled on his last three-point effort. So he's at the line shooting 3 here for Tuskegee. And Rodney hit the first. Rodney already with 6 in his first half. Rodney in the ball game against Morehouse over the weekend. Good performance by him out front, 5 points, and had 8 rebounds and distributed that basketball well in that win in the HBCU All-Star Classic. Rodney hit the second, and he hit the trifecta, got all 3 there from the free throw line. 13:37 remains first half. Tuskegee pulls back ahead 12-11 after the 3 free throws by Rodney Walker. Half-court set now for Central State. Scott handles out front. He'll take a long-range 3. High arcing shot, missed on the rebound. Rodney clears for Tuskegee. Pennington on the bench with 2 personals. Rodney starting to step things up offensively to the glass and got a left-hand roller inside for Tuskegee. Rodney already with 10 in this first half for the Golden Tigers. Back the other way to Marauders, work it inside. They got an easy lay on the inside by Rayvon Thomas. So Thomas with his first field goal. And Tuskegee lead is 14-13. Lee behind, pass right side. Cambridge inside the paint to the glass. Spinner is off the mark. They fight for it at the block. Rebound cleared there finally by Javante Randall, the redshirt junior for Central State. Randall at 6'11". They'll work it inside the paint. They push it back out. Thomas with a jumper from out front, and Rayvon Thomas knocks down a three-pointer. So back-to-back field goals by him, the last one a three-pointer. And Central State takes a 16-14 lead. Walker, half-court set for TU now, doubled near the mid-stripe. Rodney slides it up the floor. Culpepper fell to the surface and down on the floor. They tie him up there. And I think they went to the arrow. It'll stay with Tuskegee. Bryce Cummings out on the floor now for Tuskegee. So is Trey Crawford. So Coach Taylor going to his bench early here in this ball game. Some players we're not used to seeing this early out on the floor. But it's Cambridge, Walker, Culpepper, Cummings, and Crawford out on the floor now. Left side, lead behind. Cambridge inside the paint to the glass. Missed on the shot. Dillon off balance on the shot. Basketball back the other way. Isaiah Daniel inside the paint for Central State. Up top, jumper, Brandon Scott. Remmers off the mark. Rebound at the block by Rodney Walker, and Tuskegee back the other way. They trail by 2. We're down to 11:45 left in this first half of play. Cambridge sets a screen out front across the floor. Crawford. Now Cummings handles. He'll work it near the free throw line. Crawford there, left side. Trey backing in. Trey with the jumper to the glass. Missed on his shot. Cambridge got a rebound across the floor. He tried to dump it to Cummings got the rebound. Tried to get it to Cambridge, but they throw it away. Half court set now for Central State. They move toward the glass, and at the cylinder, there's a whistle there. Brandon Scott attempted to dunk, flying in from the right side of the cylinder, but they'll call the foul on Tuskegee down low. They call it on Crawford. Crawford picks up his first. And it comes with 11:16 left in this first half. That means it's media time out here inside the Bacon Lewis Gymnasium. Tuskegee trailing 16-14 to the Marauders of Central State. Take a break on GTSN.
Tuskegee fans, this is the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
STEM careers are one of the fastest growing fields, yet women of color comprise less than 10% of the workforce within these high-paying jobs. Tuskegee University is changing this. In 2018, we were awarded a grant from the National Science Foundation to develop computer science career awareness for young African American women. In 2019, we established the Campaign for Leadership and Excellence Scholarship. It provides future female engineers with financial support to pursue their educational goals. Today, Tuskegee continues to educate African American women in STEM fields, empowering them to pursue their chosen careers and providing the foundation they need to transform science, medicine, and technology. If a STEM career is in your future, explore what Tuskegee can offer you.
Hello, I'm Dr. Mark Brown, class of 1986, president of Tuskegee University, and this is the Golden Tiger Sports Network.
And we're back live here inside the Bacon Lewis Arena. Senior night for the Marauders of Central State. Cheerleaders to our left, pep band to our right, and a near capacity crowd here inside the arena as they recognize their seniors. And right now, Central State with a 16-14 lead over the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. Kasami Draper making it back out on the floor for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. Culpepper still out there. Bryce Cummings, Trey Crawford, and D.A. Pennington with the two personals back out on the floor now with 11:16 remaining in the first half. Pennington can play with fouls. Very disciplined player. Free throws from the line by Brandon Scott on the first. He connects. He extends the Marauder lead to 17-14. Coach Taylor trying to find some chemistry in the absence of Pennington on the floor. A lot of that load taken up by Rodney Walker as the second free throw is missed by Scott, and Crawford clears the rebound for TU. Pennington back out now, works it across the timeline, picked up there by Isaiah Daniel. Left side, Culpepper with the basketball, in traffic in the corner. 11:02 left in this first half. Pennington mugged there at the sideline. Basketball will stay with Tuskegee. 17-14 Central State leads. Crawford out front with the basketball across the floor to Pennington. Down in the corner, Cummings. Back up top now to Pennington. Pennington circles top of the key. Bounce past Draper. Draper right side all the way underneath now. Doubled down low. Lost the basketball inside the paint. And it came clear to Marshall Hamilton. Central State back the other way now. Key dumps it down in the corner. Scott on the move. Now he'll slow things up out front. We're down to 10:35 left first half. Central State with a 17-14 lead. Tuskegee on defense. Key with a jumper out front. Missed that shot, but the rebound comes down to Marshall Hamilton right side. Doubled in the corner. Tried to throw it across the paint. Got it there on the inside to Randall. Now they push it back out front. Daniel with the basketball. Jumper in the corner. Line drive is knocked down by Brandon Scott. That's a three-pointer. So Scott with 4 in the first half. Central State leads 20-14. 10:06 left in the first half, and Tuskegee throws the basketball away. Culpepper set to come off the floor now. Amir Boyce set to come out as well on the floor. Rodney Walker back out on the floor. So right now it's Bryce Cummings, Rodney Walker, Kasami Draper, D.A. Pennington, and Amir Boyce, the sophomore from Long Island. We're at 10:05 left first half. Central State up by 6 with the basketball. Stephen Key, the junior from Cleveland, handles. Tuskegee drops into his own defense. They work it up top to Daniel with the basketball. Spread defense by TU. They work it inside. Got an entry pass there at the block, but they missed on the shot. It was an easy shot by Marshall Hamilton, but left it short. Rebound by Boyce. Tuskegee back the other way. Rodney gets a screen out front. Up top, Draper. Draper at the free throw line now. Doubled there. Turns back to the inside. Draper got it airborne, but missed on the shot. Basketball's capped around, and Cummings runs it down in the corner for Tuskegee. Pennington on the move. Jumper by D.A. Missed it badly right side. Rebound cleared by Key in Central State. They go up the floor and down at the block. Boyce catching up defensively. Key out front for 3. Missed on the line drive shot there. Rebound at the cylinder. Pennington dived for it. Dived for it. And basketball goes out of bounds. And it'll be Tuskegee's basketball. Just bodies laying all over the floor on the other end. As Pennington dove, Javante Randall dove for it for the Marauders. 9:06 left in the first half. Pennington headed to the free throw line, I believe, through all of that. He was fouled, or a technical foul was called. I'm not sure. I think they're showing it was called on Isaiah Daniel. So Pennington will be at the line to shoot a tech. Showing it was Daniel called for it on the scoreboard. Not sure if it wasn't called on head coach Travis Lewis. 9:06. Rough start for Tuskegee, but Pennington hits that first free throw, gets his first points of the ball game. So it was called on Daniel on the floor. It's only one free throw there. Tuskegee will have the basketball, though, after Pennington makes that first free throw. That makes it 20-15. Walker with the basketball in the backcourt. TU trying to get its offense going here. A little bit sluggish start. Tuskegee 5 of 9 from the floor. Walker out front now. Right side. Cummings across the floor. Pennington on the move. Under to the glass. Banked it home on the lay-in right side. Nice job of maneuvering on the inside by Pennington. He's got 3. The lead now cut to 3. 20-17. Central State with it on their end. Scott fires another 3, front of the iron. He missed there. Rebound tip. They tried to go in for the lay-in on the tip, but they missed. Walker back the other way for Tuskegee now. Rodney slides it at the block. Draper lost it in the air. Boyce got it at the block. Bryce Cummings missed on the shot at the block. Fights for a rebound. And the basketball back the other way. Bryce down at the block there had a chance for the lay-in, not able to get there. Good coverage by the Marauders down low. And the basketball was loose. They'll have it. 8:17 remains first half. Tuskegee trails 20-17. Back out on the floor, Khalil Luster for the Marauders of Central State. Up top with the basketball, Randall back to Luster now. Tuskegee's zone defense is way out front. Luster pushes right side on the move inside underneath. They lost the basketball out of bounds. And looks like it'll belong to Tuskegee. It will. 7:55 left first half of play. 2017 Marauders lead. We're going to have a media timeout here inside the Bacon Lewis Gymnasium. Tuskegee trailing by 3. More basketball ahead on GTSN.
Tuskegee fans, this is the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
Are you looking for education that leads to career success and something more? We are Tuskegee University, one of the nation's top-ranked HBCUs. We believe in education to fulfill your purpose. Here, you work hard because you dream harder. By pursuing your purpose, you will make a difference. Are you ready for something big? Let's get started.
Golden Tiger fans, this is Jordan Benson, your Sports Information Director, and thank you for listening to the Golden Tiger Sports Network. Go TU!
Thank you, Jordan. We're live here from the Bacon Lewis Gymnasium at Central State University. 7:55 remains in this first half. The Marauders of Central State with a 20-17 lead over the Golden Tigers. Right now, Tuskegee from the floor, 6 of 13 and 46% shooting. For the Marauders of Central State, they are 7 of 19 and 37% shooting from the floor. Tuskegee 4 of 4 from the free throw line. Marauders 3 of 4 from there. Each team with 10 rebounds in this first half of play. Turnovers, Tuskegee with 5. 3 for the Marauders of Central State. And no Wind Creek Casino Montgomery fast break layups for Tuskegee at this point in the ball game. Tuskegee trailing it 20-17 to the Marauders of Central State. We referenced this in the pregame. This is a significant ball game for both programs. Tuskegee right now second in the West. Central State fourth, but they're bunched up in there between Tuskegee, Kentucky State, and Central State. Tuskegee with a slight edge over both of those programs, so they need to win here tonight to keep that spacing in front of Kentucky State and the Marauders of Central State. After the timeout, Tuskegee will have the basketball. Walker with it, comes across the timeline to Boyce. Boyce tried to dump it down low to Draper. Draper was not open on that play, and they throw the basketball away. Noah Gorn set to come in next dead ball. Boyce trying to post it up outside and trying to get it inside the Draper, but he was defended down low. So Central State with it with 7:30 remaining in this first half. They lead it 20-17. Luster, jumper from out front from three-point range, missed on the shot. Walker runs it down in the corner for Tuskegee. Rodney quickly up the floor to Pennington. Pennington left side, raises for three. DA missed on that shot, though. Backside rebound, chased down by Cummings. Another look for Golden Tigers as Walker handles out front. He'll work it right side, and now back to his left to Pennington. Draper, foul line extended, got space. Draper turns, missed on the jumper. Rebound, Boyce, and a whistle down low. They called a foul on Amir Boyce down low. Boyce got the rebound, but that was probably the reason they got it. They got him pushing off down low, so Amir picks up that personal. And he departs the ball game with 7 minutes remaining in this first half. Noah Goins back out on the floor for Tuskegee now. Tuskegee trailing by 3 as Javonte Randall at the line for the Marauders. And Randall rattles the first free throw good for Central State to make it 21-17. Cummings out of the ball game. Culpepper back out on the floor for Coach Taylor and Tuskegee. Good couple of quality minutes there from Bryce Cummings, the walk-on for the Golden Tigers. 22-17 after Randall got them both from the line. Tuskegee trails, half-court set. Draper way away from the basket with the basketball. Now they work it on a weave. Culpepper, foul line extended over to Pennington, left side. DA trying to work it across the floor, got it back to Chip. Chip off of a screen, trying to get it to Draper. Draper there at the block left side. Turns, squares, across the floor. Culpepper with the jumper. Chip rattled it good for Tuskegee. Culpepper, not really noted for his shooting ability, but he can shoot the basketball. Got a good look there and knocked it down. More known for his defensive prowess, but a solid offensive player as well. Culpepper with a nice field goal there to make it 22-20. Luster now half-court set for Central State. They work it in a half-court set. Now Luster inside the paint. Tried to dump it down low, got a man free at the block, and they go back inside, and missing on the lay-in at the cylinder was Thomas. Basketball is loose on the floor. There's going to be a shot clock violation. It's a good call by the official stepping in there because that basketball never hit the cylinder on the shot by Central State on the inside. Now the officials are going to talk about that. Call was made indicating that the basketball on the shot by Central State did not hit the cylinder. 5:56 remains, and it will be Tuskegee's basketball after they sort things out. 22-20, the Marauders of Central State lead it. I believe it's going to be Tuskegee's basketball. They tied it up down low, and looks like they're going to make the determination that they're going to go to the arrow instead. And on the arrow, the basketball will stay with the Marauders of Central State for a tuck quick there for Tuskegee. Don't believe that shot hit the cylinder, although they were right there at it. They just did not get it to hit. But the officials say that it did, so Central State will have it with a fresh 20, and they lead by 2, 22-20. It'll be Stephen Key to inbound it just right of the cylinder. He'll dump it in play inside to Thomas. They go down at the block, and they got an easy lay-in from Randall left side. So Randall with 4 in the first half. It's a 24-20 lead for Central State. We're down to 5:43 in that first half of play. Draper handling that basketball near the mid-stripe now. Gives it up to Walker. Walker left side back to Draper, doubled immediately there. Fights between the double team. Got the reverse, but a whistle there, and Draper will be going to the line for Tuskegee. Kasami down at that block is Bentham not giving that basketball back outside. Worked his way toward the cylinder there with some aggression on the inside. Fought between two defenders, and he'll be rewarded at the free throw line for Tuskegee shooting here. 5:30 remains first half. Tuskegee trails 24-20. Draper at the line. He's got 4 in this first half already. Draper good on the first free throw. Kasami, 95 out of 185 from the free throw line coming into today's play. Draper with a double-double against Morehouse in the HBCU All-Star Classic. 22 points and 15 rebounds on Saturday. Draper missed on the second. The rebound tapped around. Goins trying to keep it alive, but Central State comes away with it. Luster bounce pass up the floor. Rodney took it away. Tuskegee now. Rodney near the mid-stripe. Got numbers. Left corner. GA. Head fake on the move now. Slides back up top. Walker for 3. Rodney missed on the shot. Rebound Draper. Draper back to the cylinder with the hook shot. Left it at the front of the iron there, though. We go down to 5:06, and Central State still leads 24-21. Tuskegee had a chance there with some numbers for just a fraction of a second, but Central State able to close defensively. They all have it, half-court set. Up top, Luster. Right side, they work it down in the corner now. Head fake and on the move is Key. Key to the rack, and he got the lay-in right side. Quick move by Stephen Key at the block, and he got the lay-in to make it 26-21. We go down to 4:39 left first half. Walker with his back to Luster, backing across the mid-stripe. Up top, Pennington. Pennington for 3. That one looks short, and it is. Rebound at the block, cleared by Rayvon Thomas for Central State. Tuskegee, 7 of 18 shooting from the floor. Jumper out front. Luster, he knocked down another 3. That's his second three-pointer. That makes it 29-21. Dylan Cambridge set to come in next step ball for Tuskegee. We're down to 4:03 left first half. Tuskegee trails now 29-21. Draper inside the paint, pushes in the corner. Goins for 3, missed on the shot. Rebounds loose on the floor. Goins picked it up. He'll work it back out front. Not sure exactly what transpired there. Play was in the midst, and the official just stopped play. 3:50 left. I know it's a media timeout, but they just stopped play in the middle of the action to take the timeout. 29-21, Central State leads. We'll go to the break here on GTSN.
Tuskegee fans, this is the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
For 5-star backyards, Yellowwood brand pressure-treated pine. If it doesn't have this yellow tag, you don't want it.
Hi, I'm Billy Knight, former general manager of the Atlanta Hawks, and this is the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
Thank you, Billy. 3:50 left here in this first half of play. Central State leading at 29-21 over the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. It's been all Central State in its first half of play so far. Had 3 lead changes already in this contest, but the largest lead of the ball game for the Marauders of Central State. Right now they lead by 8. And Tuskegee back out on the floor after the timeout. Tuskegee will have the basketball. The only thing I can figure there is that Tuskegee took a timeout. It's the only explanation as to why play stopped right at the middle. So it'll be Rodney Walker to inbound it left of the Tuskegee cylinder. And in the corner to Cambridge immediately. And Dillon's doubled out right away. Tried to tap it inside. And Central State guilty of touching it last. 8 seconds to shoot now for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. Pennington set to inbound it in the corner. Taylor trying to get on the floor. Those two will make it out on the floor. Cambridge will depart with 3:46 left. Only 8 to shoot for Tuskegee. Pennington pushes out front to Rodney Walker. Walker off of a screen by Noah. Back to Noah. Noah back out to DA. 2 to shoot. Pennington got it airborne. Will they count it? Missed on the shot though. Backside rebound. Central State had it. It'll stay with Tuskegee. Pennington got it off before the violation. And Tuskegee will have a fresh 20 now with 3:34 remaining in this first half, trailing 29-21. Pennington looks to the inside, pushes back out front Walker. Walker for 3. Rodney missed on the shot. Rebound run down in the corner by Key and the Marauders of Central State. Key works it down. Scott, long range 3, and he knocked it down. Brandon Scott just unconscious from outside. We're almost near the inbound line on that 3-pointer. His second 3-pointer of the first half, and the lead up to 11 now for the Marauders with 3:03 left first half. Pennington back across the floor to Taylor. At the block Goins. Noah back up top to Draper. Draper right side back to DA. DA for 3 out front. Found the range this time for Tuskegee. His second Bob's Restaurant 3-point shot in this first half cuts the deficit to 32-24. 2 minutes, 43 seconds left first half now. Central State half-court set. Luster up top Key. Now they give it inside to Thomas. Backside Key. Down at the corner. And they'll work it down at the block there to Randall. Now back across the floor. Key with the reverse lay-in coming from his left to his right and got the lay-in for the Marauders. He's got 4 first half. We're down to 2:18. Tuskegee trailing by 10. Pennington out front with the basketball. He'll work off of a screen by Draper. DA playing with 2 personals. Rodney in the corner. Rodney Walker with another 3-point basket. That's his second Vibes Restaurant 3-point basket in his first half. That'll make it 34-27. Rodney smooth on the trigger there in the corner. 1:55 left. Tuskegee trails 34-27. Thomas back to Luster. Luster, he'll work another 3 from out front. All 3 of his field goals have been 3-point baskets. He'll take the lead back to 10 now with 1:37 left first half. Pennington out front now. DA back across the floor, Goins. Noah back to DA. Right side, Taylor. Taylor pushed back toward the mid-stripe now. Oston looking to the inside, over to Noah at the free throw line. Noah, hard push right side to the glass, banked it home. Good job by the freshman. So Noah with his first field goal of the ball game with 1:11 left in this first half. Tuskegee trails 37-29. Central State just on fire from the floor as Thomas handles now. He'll square, pulls back out front. Back over to Lester. Right down in the corner. Jumper there by Key, line drive, and he knocks down another three-pointer. Key with his first three-point basket. He's got 7 in the first half. 43 seconds left now. 40-29, Central State leads. Pennington out front now. DA bounce pass Draper. Draper hook shot, left it at the front of the iron. Rebound cleared by Scott for Central State. And a timeout taken by Coach Travis Lewis and the Marauders with 29 seconds left. And they enjoy their largest lead of the ball game, now 40-29 against the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. Take a look at some of the numbers during this timeout. Marauders from the floor right at 50%, 14 of 28 shooting. From behind the arc, they're at 47%, at 7 of 15. They have a slight edge as it relates to rebounding in this first half. Tuskegee with 6 turnovers in this first half of play. Look at the assist for Central State. They're at 9 already compared to 3 for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. TU at 39% shooting from the floor, 10 of 26, and 4 of Bob's Restaurant three-point baskets. They've got to do something to quell this hot shooting team of the Marauders of Central State. Right now, Tuskegee trailing at 40-29. And Central State with the basketball. Key set to inbound it. Stephen Key, second team all-conference player. Inbounds it to Luster. And they'll go on a weave to Scott. They're on that weave until they get down inside of 10 as Scott handles out front. Scott, Luster, and Key all are dangerous from behind the arc. Now 10 to shoot. Luster on the move right side. Lead behind out front. Key pushes across the floor. Jumper by Thomas, missed on the shot. And that is how they get a rebound before the shot clock violation. Randall got the lay in on the inside. And that is how this first half ends, with Randall on a putback to make it 42-29 as the Golden Tigers trail it to the Marauders of Central State at the intermission. Tuskegee going into the locker room training to a hot shooting Marauders of Central State. Let's see what chances they can come up with at the halftime of basketball. Straight ahead of the TSA.
Tuskegee fans, this is the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
Home, where you hang out with friends, do homework, relax, explore, where you can be yourself. Come home to Tuskegee University. Get the education that changes lives, including your own.
Hi, Tuskegee fans. I'm Gerald Long, General Manager of the Utilities Board of Tuskegee. Thank you for listening to the Golden Tigers Sports Network. Go, Tigers!
For 5-star backyards, Yellowwood brand pressure-treated pine. If it doesn't have this yellow tag, you don't want it.
Staying up to date on all recommended vaccines is one of the safest preventative care measures available to protect you and your family from disease. Many children and adults that delayed vaccination during the pandemic are still behind schedule. It is crucial that we take steps to get everyone back on track with their routine immunizations. Tuskegee fans, let's all do our part to get back on track. Protect yourself and others by making sure you are up to date on all recommended vaccines, including respiratory virus vaccines. Don't wait. Vaccinate. For more information, visit alabamapublichealth.gov/IMM.
Tuskegee didn't start off as a big campus. It started off in a small shack in the back of a church. The focus was always to build the community up. We share in a culture together that it's kind of hard to explain. You gotta live it, you gotta enjoy it. It's the HBCU experience. It's nothing short than beautiful. So my name is Dia Hunter. I am an assistant professor of construction management here at Tuskegee. The students make the institution special. You're gonna deal with students that are brilliant, students who have a mind for construction. They bring diverse backgrounds, diverse ways of life. I love sharing this with students. I love giving them the tools that they need in order to be great at it.
Just because we're at HBCU doesn't mean our education is different. Don't get me wrong, we have different values and traditions and culture and things like that. So we're gonna have different outlooks, different understandings on things, and that makes for a better company is diverse minds. I am Kaylin Parham, a graduating senior construction science and management major, hailing from the Rocket City, Huntsville, Alabama. And to be a part of Tuskegee University's construction science and management program is to be a part of history. In this field, I'm underrepresented. I'm a Black woman, so obviously it's not going to be a lot of people like me, and that's okay because we're still working for diversity, but the part that I would like to see more is the inclusion part. So yes, you have a Black girl here and an Asian guy there, but do they feel comfortable in this environment? Do they feel like they're actually a part of the team? Let's start with HBCUs and coming here and getting to know our students and our programs. You'll see that not only are we coming with the knowledge that you need us to have, but we also have some different perspectives you might not have.
We have to give back. Everybody counts or nobody counts, and that's got to be part of leadership. By Procore taking the lead on this scholarship program and partnering with AGC as a Grand Slam home run. Well, I'm Bob Bowen, chairman and founder of Bowen Engineering. We can make a real difference in our industry, in our community, in our society. We're a better place to go than Tuskegee or the other HBCUs.
The Lifting the Veil of Ignorance statue represents Booker T. Washington telling all the slaves what they can be in the world. Today, I think the Lifting the Veil statue represents what we're showing the world. Hey, we got great students that can produce great work in all disciplines. HBCUs produce top students. My name is Dr. Shauna L. Rogers. I'm associate professor at Tuskegee University. Right now, diversity is what we need in this country. Specifically construction, we're running out of workers. The more that we are open to diversity, the more we're open to giving these students chances, to make everything better. Hey, we're here. It's 11 HBCUs that offer construction science, construction management. All 11 have great students. All 11 are well prepared. You just got to give them a chance.
STEM careers are one of the fastest growing fields, yet women of color comprise less than 10% of the workforce within these high-paying jobs. Tuskegee University is changing this. In 2018, we were awarded a grant from the National Science Foundation to develop computer science career awareness for young African American women. In 2019, we established the Campaign for Leadership and Excellence Scholarship. It provides future female engineers with financial support to pursue their educational goals. Today, Tuskegee continues to educate African American women in STEM fields, empowering them to pursue their chosen careers and providing the foundation they need to transform science, medicine, and technology. If a STEM career is in your future, explore what Tuskegee can offer you.
Broadcast coverage of Tuskegee Athletics on the Golden Tiger Sports Network is brought to you by Alabama Department of Public Health. Healthy people, healthy communities, healthy Alabama. Booster Digital Displays, dedicated to providing high-quality, affordable LED displays with exceptional service. TNT Fireworks, celebrating more than 100 years of America's #1 best-selling brand of fireworks. Alabama Power, developed for the service of Alabama. Wind Creek Casino, Montgomery. Elevate your game to fabulous. The Home Depot, more saving, more doing. Coca-Cola, real magic. Zuby's Taco Kitchen, Yellowwood. And by Vibes Restaurant, we're all about good vibes. Utilities Board of Tuskegee. Purpose, progress, people.
What does education mean when you choose the top HBCU in Alabama?
So one of the things that's been most valuable from my experience at Tuskegee is being able to face challenges head on. I can definitely say here I've learned how to be an advocate for myself, how to speak up, and how to present myself in ways that can help me get opportunities, that help me fix things that may not be right. And I think that's really just the best skill that I've learned here that I can take with me for the rest of my life.
Look forward to your bright future. Apply to Tuskegee University today.
Hey, are you fixing the power?
Yep, I'm gonna get the lights back on.
Yeah, my power went out and I have to start level 14 all over again in our game. Yeah, why didn't mine go out?
Well, we have this technology that can stop an outage in its tracks.
Why?
So less people will be affected during the outage.
Why?
So you can make the level 15?
Come on, Brian. Let's go to your house and keep playing.
Good luck, guys.
Tuskegee didn't start off as a big campus. It started off in a small shack in the back of a church. The focus was always to build the community up. We share in a culture together that it's kind of hard to explain. You gotta live it, you gotta enjoy it. It's the HBCU experience. It's nothing short than beautiful. So my name is Dia Hunter. I am an assistant professor of construction management here at Tuskegee. The students make the institution special. You're gonna deal with students that are brilliant, students who have a mind for construction. They bring diverse backgrounds, diverse ways of life. I love sharing this with students. I love giving them the tools that they need in order to be great at it.
Just because we're at HBCU doesn't mean our education is different. Don't get me wrong, we have different values and traditions and culture and things like that. So we're gonna have different outlooks, different understandings on things, and that makes for a better company is diverse minds. I am Kaylin Parham, a graduating senior construction science and management major, hailing from the Rocket City, Huntsville, Alabama. And to be a part of Tuskegee University's construction science and management program is to be a part of history. In this field, I'm underrepresented. I'm a Black woman, so obviously it's not going to be a lot of people like me, and that's okay because we're still working for diversity. But the part that I would like to see more is the inclusion part. So yes, you have a Black girl here and an Asian guy there, but do they feel comfortable in this environment? Do they feel like they're actually a part of the team? Let's start with HBCUs and coming here and getting to know our students and our programs. You'll see that not only are we coming with the knowledge that you need us to have, but we also have some different perspectives you might not have.
We have to give back. Everybody counts or nobody counts. And that's got to be part of leadership. By Procore taking the lead on this scholarship program and partnering with AGC as a Grand Slam home run. Well, I'm Bob Bowen, chairman and founder of Bowen Engineering. We can make a real difference in our industry, in our community, in our society. We're a better place to go than Tuskegee or the other HBCUs.
The Lifting the Veil of Ignorance statue represents Booker T. Washington telling all the slaves what they can be in the world. Today, I think the Lifting the Veil statue represents what we're showing the world. And hey, we got great students that can produce great work in all disciplines. HBCUs produce top students. My name is Dr. Shauna L. Rogers. I'm associate professor at Tuskegee University. Right now, diversity is what we need in this country. Specifically construction, we're running out of workers. The more that we are open to diversity, the more we're open to giving these students chances, it'll make everything better. Hey, we're here. It's 11 HBCUs that offer construction science, construction management. All 11 have great students. All 11 are well prepared. You just got to give them a chance.
And we are back live inside the Beacom Lewis Gymnasium at the intermission. Tuskegee in a hold right now, trailing at 42-29 to the Marauders of Central State. First half action. Let's take a look at some of the numbers from the first 20 minutes of play. Marauders of Central State, 50% shooting from the floor, 15 of 30 shooting, and they are 7 of 16 from behind the arc. Take a look at the three-point shooting. Tuskegee, not a bad percentage from behind the arc. 4 Bob Restaurant three-point baskets for Tuskegee. Actually with a slightly higher field goal percentage, but what counts more than anything else is the number of three-pointers made for the Marauders of Central State. 7 compared to the 4 for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. You add that to the 15 of 30 shooting for them from the floor and the 10 field goals made by Tuskegee from the floor. At 39%, you start to see where the point differential favors the Marauders of Central State. Teams even from the free throw line at 5 of 6 shooting. Rebounding edge slightly in favor of the Marauders of Central State. Tuskegee with 3 assists compared to 9 for the Marauders. Turnovers, Tuskegee with 6, 4 for the Marauders. And the Marauders 3 fast break points. Tuskegee still looking for its first run out of the basketball game as they trail to the Marauders with just a few seconds before the second half. Individual performances in that first half of the Marauders of Central State. They were led by Khalil Lester, the junior from Lima, Ohio. Lester, 3 of 4 from behind the arc. All of his field goals from behind the arc. He had 9 points in that first half. Savion Marshall Hamilton had 8 for them. They got 7 from Brandon Scott and 7 from Stephen Key. 6 from Javante Randall and 5 from Rayvon Thomas for their scoring in the first half. For the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee, they were led by R.J. Walker. Walker, 2 of 4 from 4 of 6 from the floor. 2 3-point baskets by Walker in the first half. He had 13 to lead Tuskegee with 5 rebounds and 1 assist, along with 1 steal. They got 6 from Pennington, who finally came alive in the late in that first half of play. Draper with 5. Goins with a field goal for Tuskegee. And that is all the scoring for the Golden Tigers thus far in this basketball game as they get set to come back for second half play, trailing at 42-29 to the Marauders of Central State. Central State will be going right to left in the final 20 minutes of play, and they will have the basketball first. For Tuskegee is Pennington, Culpepper, Walker, Draper, and Goins out on the floor for Coach Benchy Taylor. We'll see what the strategy was in the halftime if they can execute here starting in the second half. Scott with the basketball for Central State. Works it top of the key to Marshall Hamilton. They go down low and they get a reverse lay-in from Stephen Key to start the second half. So Key with the first field goal of the second half. He's got 9 in the ball game. Half court set for Tuskegee now. Out front, Culpepper down in the left corner, Draper. Draper pushes back up top with 9 to shoot. Across the floor, they work it. Culpepper inside Draper, and they throw the basketball away. And here come the Marauders. They got a 3-on-1 all the way to the rack. But a good job there by Culpepper on a Yellowwood block shot for Tuskegee, coming back the other way. See if that can't get things amped up. Draper at the block left side. Lets the defense fly by, floating up by Draper. Whistle inside. Draper got the basket. He's fouled. Draper with 5 at the break. First field goal of the second half. They'll count that one. 19:03 left in the ball game. So Kasami to shoot. Trying to convert on a 3-point play here. Got the bank shot, and on the free throw, missed there. The rebound collected at the block there by the Marauders of Central State as Marshall Hamilton came away with it. 44-31. Marauders lead it. 18:52 left in the ball game. Brandon Scott works it. They go down at the block. They try to alley-oop. Their pass is deep at the block, and it'll stay with the Marauders. Backside Pennington swiped it out of bounds. It'll stay with Central State. Stephen Key left of the cylinder to inbound it. He's got 9 in the ball game. Entry pass onto the floor to Marshall Hamilton. Down low, Goins. He's tied up with Thomas, and Noah going to be guilty of a foul down low. This Marauder front line is very tall. Thomas at 6'9". Also on the inside, Savion Marshall at 6'8". Key with the basketball left side all the way to the rack, and a whistle down low. Pennington guarding Key. Key aware of the fact that Pennington's got the 2 personals. He went straight to the rack, but the foul was called on the inside. They called the foul on Noah. Noah's picked up his 2nd personal, and that will send Marshall Hamilton to the line to shoot. He had 8 at the intermission. A couple of free throws coming his way here. Hit the first. That'll make it 45-31. For Tuskegee basketball coming your way on Saturday from the Chappie James Center. It'll be senior day for Tuskegee as they host the Badgers of Spring Hill, both women and men's action on the line. Drive 2nd free throw by Hamilton to give him 10 in the ball game. 46-31. We'll have the coverage on GTSN. Women's action at 1 o'clock Central Time, and the men to follow. Half court set. Rodney works it back across the floor now to Culpepper. Left corner, Pennington. DA on the move in the paint. Bleeds it back with the jumper and knocked it down for Tuskegee. So Pennington's first field goal of the second half. He's got 9. Central State, Scott with the basketball out front. 18:05 left in the ball game. Now Key handles just in front of their bench, far side of the floor. They go right to left. Scott with a jumper, missed on the shot. Rebound Goins for Tuskegee. Outlet pass to Pennington. DA across the timeline now. Behind the arc, Goins sets a screen right side. DA right side, pushes back out front to Rodney. Shot clock not a factor. It's at 14 right now. Rodney slides left side. Lead behind for Draper. Right side Culpepper. Chip to Rodney. Rodney back to Draper. Draper at the block. Fighting his way underneath. Got it to the cylinder. Missed on his shot. Got his own rebound but lost it. Luster spins past the defensive Walker. Now near the free throw line and works his way back out front. Key line drive 3. Missed on his shot. He'll get it and save the rebound out to Scott. They'll have a fresh 20. Luster right side. 17:05 left in the ball game. Luster doubled near the mid-stripe now. Culpepper dives for it, saves it to Draper. Draper all the way through to the rack, missed on the shot. Kasame's fouled. He'll go to the line. Good defensive effort there by Chip Culpepper. He and Rodney Walker converged on Luster, and they took the basketball away from him. And that led to that run out. Draper left side, not able to get the lay-in, but he'll be shooting from the line. So Tuskegee letting that defense turn to offense as they took it from Luster near the mid-stripe. Kasami to shoot. 46-33. 16:59 left. Walker on tonight, 13 points, leading Tuskegee. Got that in that first half. Good job with Pennington out on the floor with the 2 personals. Rodney just really took over that offense, got his 13 in that first half, and led them offensively to keep them as close as they are into this ball game. And on that defensive play there, he and Culpepper able to force that basketball loose from Luster, and Draper at the line shooting. Draper missed on the front end. The rebound fought for, and it comes clear to the Marauders of Central State. Half court set now for Central State. Key with it out front. Austin Taylor out on the floor defensively. Key tied up inside the paint. Good defensive work by Taylor. Down at the block, whistles there. And a travel violation by Marshall Hamilton. Tuskegee with the defense now. Nice couple of stops, last couple of trips down the floor. 16:37 remains in the basketball game. Taylor with it. Tuskegee trails 46-34. Now Walker with it across the timeline. Left side Pennington. Draper setting a screen out front. They jump Pennington and they take it away. Pennington tried to bounce pass it and they took it away. Key underneath to the rack, left it at the front. Noah got the rebound. Outlet pass, Rodney Walker. Walker bounce pass Draper left side. He's doubled there. Draper pulls back out with the pass to Rodney. We're down to 16:03 left in the ball game. Rodney lead behind Draper. Foul line extended to the glass. Banked it, and it rolls good for Draper and Tuskegee. So Draper now, he's got 9 in the ball game. The lead down to 10. 46-36, where it's 15:47 left. Scott with it behind the key for Central State. Now Stephen Key with it left side. On the turn, they give it to Thomas. Thomas back to Luster. Luster on the move past Taylor at the block and a whistle down low. Got it over to Marshall Hamilton. Noah trying to catch up with that play. They'll get Noah for his third personal. Good passing interior for the Marauders of Central State to get Marshall Hamilton free. He'll be shooting at the line after this timeout. 15:32 remains. Tuskegee trailing by 10. 46-36. More basketball just ahead on GTSN.
Tuskegee fans, this is the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
What does education mean when you choose the top HBCU in Alabama?
So one of the things that's been most valuable from my experience at Tuskegee is being able to face challenges head on. I can definitely say here I've learned how to be an advocate for myself, how to speak up, and how to present myself in ways that can help me get opportunities, that help me fix things that may not be right. And I think that's really just the best skill that I've learned here that I can take with me for the rest of my life.
Look forward to your bright future. Apply to Tuskegee University today.
I am Deborah Rogers, Deputy Chief Athletic Director, and this is the Golden Tiger Sports Network.
Here inside the Bickham Lewis Gymnasium, Tuskegee trailing at 46-36 to the Marauders of Central State. Central State 13-11 overall and 8-8 in the SIAC, right on the heels of Tuskegee. Tuskegee 11-12 overall, but 9-8 in the SIAC. Right now, second in the West. West has already been clinched by the Golden Bears and Miles College. Let's take a look at the numbers on Kasami Draper. Draper with 10 points and 2 rebounds in this basketball game so far for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. Coming off that double-double in the win over the Maroon Tigers of Morehouse College in the HBCU All-Star Classic. Draper with 22 points and 15 rebounds in that contest. At the line for the Marauders of Central State. First free throw by Marshall Hamilton on the line drive. He missed that one. Marauders of Central State from the free throw line in this ball game. 7 of 8, now 7 of 9 after that first miss there by Marshall Hamilton. And he goes 1 of 2 from the line as he hit the second. Make it 47-36. Half-court pressure there by the Marauders at the mid-stripe. Taylor handles out front. Oston works it just in front of the Tuskegee bench left side. Walker pops out for the basketball. Right side Pennington now. Across the floor, Taylor. Taylor down at the block, Noah. Noah head fakes, turns, jumper to the glass, and banked it home left side. Noah with his second field goal of the ball game. He's got 4 to make it 47-38. Nothing flashy about Noah's offense, but he gets it done. Half-court set now for the Marauders. They work it right side, Marshall Hamilton. Noah Goins guarding him. Now they'll switch with Key with the basketball. Underneath the defense, Noah playing with 3. Let Key slide by, and Key got the lay-in. 49-38 after the basket by Key. He's got 11. Walker with it. Half-court set for Tuskegee. We're down to 14:30 remaining. Rodney out front. Cross dribble by him. Got some space for three. Rodney left it short of the iron. The rebound cleared at the block by Marshall Hamilton. Long three-pointer there by Rodney. And Central State back the other way after the miss. 49-38, they lead. Luster with the basketball. Lost his dribble out front. Got it over to Stephen Key. Key at the foul line now. Slides right side underneath. And a floating hook shot on the inside. And that one falls good by Marshall Hamilton. He's got 13 in the ball game for Central State. Had a little floater there on the inside. The lead now 51-38. Central State. Pennington works it out front. He'll slide right side. Slides it inside to Draper at the block. Draper to the glass and got the lay-in for Tuskegee. Draper, 12. And Tuskegee cuts the lead to 51-40. 13:28 left. Half-court set for Central State. Luster, right side, Brandon Scott. Pennington playing with two fouls, guarding Scott. Up top, Key with the basketball now. He'll slide right side all the way through. Floater in the paint, and he knocked it down for Central State. They're letting Key get inside the paint, and Key is able to find the space and got another field goal. Half-court set, Tuskegee trails by 13. Taylor for three. Line drive by Taylor, missed on the shot. 53-40, rebound to Central State. They lead by 13. We go to 12:50 left in the ball game. Luster, middle of the floor, slides all the way through. Floater by him, air ball. Rebound cleared by Pennington and Tuskegee. DA now slides the paint. Left side, got space. Jumper, good by Pennington. The captain works his way on the inside for the field goal. 11 in the ball game for Pennington. Key, half-court set for Central State. They lead 53-42. On a weave, Scott with it out front. Brandon behind the arc, works it back over to Luster. Now down at the block left side, Marshall Hamilton on goings. And slides past going and a tap back on the inside by Devontae Randall. Noah thought he had the charging foul on the inside. No call on the play. Missed shot by Randall, able to finish it up with the lay-in. He's got 8. The lead 55-42 for Central State. Pennington out front now for Tuskegee. Defense follows him. Right side, Taylor. Down in the corner, Rodney. Rodney down at the block, Draper. Draper back up top to Oston. Oston back inside to Kasami. Kasami, floater to the glass, and he hooked it in for Tuskegee at the right block. Good job there on the pass by Taylor on the assist. Draper finished with the floater for the basket. 55-44, 11:20 left now. On a weave, Scott handles for Central State. Now Key on the move right side. Back out front, Scott, long range three, missed on the long shot. Rebound clear to Rodney Walker. RJ quickly across the timeline now. Cross dribble by him, right corner DA. DA off of a screen by Noah, works it back up top. Across the floor, Rodney in the corner, Taylor. Oston down inside, tried to dump it down low to Noah. Noah, or Draper that is, at the left block. Turns with the jumper, nicely done by Draper at the corner. Draper starting to come alive inside for Tuskegee now. 55-46, Tuskegee's got it down to single digits here. We're at 10:38 left in the ball game. Half-court set now for Central State. Key out front, across the floor now with the pass to Randall. Now Brandon Scott with it, left side. Pennington playing him with two personals. Down at the block, Randall backing in on Goins. Draper trying to help, but the reverse lay-in right side by Randall is good. 10:19 left in the basketball game. A timeout taken on the floor, 57-46 after the basket by Randall. I think this one was taken by the Marauders of Central State. We'll take a break here on GTS.
Tuskegee fans, this is the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
For 5-star backyards, Yellowwood brand pressure-treated pine. If it doesn't have this yellow tag, you don't want it.
Hi, I'm Billy Knight, former general manager of the Atlanta Hawks, and this is the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
Golden Tiger Sports Network live at Central State University, Beacom Lewis Gymnasium, Wilberforce, Ohio. Golden Tigers of Tuskegee trailing the Marauders of Central State 57-46. We're down to 10-19 remaining in regulation. And Tuskegee had it down to single digits for just a moment, but that was before the lay-in by Randall just a second ago. Numbers for the Marauders of Central State, they are 21 of 44 shooting at 48% from the floor, 7 of 19 from behind the arc, and 8 of 10 from the free throw line. For the Golden Tigers, 18 of 37 shooting at 49%, 4 of 11 from behind the arc, and 6 of 9 from the free throw line. Draper with 16 for Tuskegee, Pennington with 10, Walker still sitting on 13 from his first half performance. Marshall Hamilton with 13 for the Marauders, Stephen Key with 13, and Javonte Randall, he stepped up to double figures after that last lay-in. He's got 10. So after the timeout, Tuskegee with the basketball now in the backcourt. Julian Watson out on the floor for TU. Julian, the junior from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Dylan Cambridge out on the floor, and so is Amir Boyce for Tuskegee. Right side, Boyce with the basketball. Bounce pass up top to Dylan. Left side, Julian. At the block, Amir. Amir squares toward the basket. Pushes up top, Rodney. Rodney inside the paint and back out front now with 10 to shoot. He'll cross dribble right side. Lost the basketball to the Marauders. Brandon Scott had it taken away by Pennington, and Tuskegee back the other way now. Rodney behind the arc right side. Works it in the corner. Bounce pass at the block to Amir. He'll get it across the floor. Dylan has the shot rejected at the block. It'll stay with Tuskegee on there to the floor, though. Brandon Scott came across to rake that basketball free for the Marauders. Central State, good defensive effort, but Tuskegee will keep it now with 9:40 left. And the media timeout here, 57-46. We'll take a timeout here on GTSN.
Tuskegee fans, this is the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
Are you looking for education that leads to career success and something more? We are Tuskegee University, one of the nation's top-ranked HBCUs. We believe in education to fulfill your purpose. Here, you work hard because you dream harder. By pursuing your purpose, you will make a difference. Are you ready for something big? Let's get started.
Golden Tiger fans, this is Jordan Benson, your Sports Information Director, and thank you for listening to the Golden Tiger Sports Network. Go TU!
Tuskegee has got to go. 9:40 left. They trail 57-46 to the Marauders of Central State. Glad you could join us for our coverage on GTSN. Charles Ward here with our coverage. Eric Tabor in our remote studios. More Tuskegee basketball coming your way on Saturday from Chappie James, our final home ball game of the regular season. It'll be senior night in the Badgers Hill come to Tuskegee. 1 o'clock start on the women's side, and the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee, after their 10-game win streak was broken here last night at Central State, will be looking to start things back with 2 ball games left in the season to see if they can win those final 2 headed into the playoffs, into the SIAC championship. Right now, got lost last night. Understand that the Golden Tigers and the Golden Bears and Miles Collins think the Golden Bears may have eked back ahead. Rodney Walker, after the timeout, drills a three-pointer in the corner for Tuskegee. Much-needed basket there for the Golden Tigers on a three-pointer by Walker. Walker's got 16 in the ball game. His first field goal of the second half. That'll make it 57-49. Luster behind the arc for Central State, just in front of their bench now. He'll fire a three-pointer front of the iron. Tuskegee wasn't square, didn't turn for the rebound. as Brandon Scott got a rebound and missed on a shot out front. Tuskegee, though, will have the basketball after the missed shot. First opportunity, Tuskegee had its back turned. Down at the block, Boyce down at the block. He's fouled, and Amir will go to the free throw line for Tuskegee. So with 9:01 left in the basketball game, Tuskegee trying to make a charge here. Boyce will be at the free throw line to shoot. Amir scoreless in this ball game. The sophomore from Long Island, 13 of 23 shooting from the free throw line. He'll be shooting 2 here. He can cut it to 6 if he can hit them both. Got the first there from the line for Tuskegee. So Amir's first point makes it a 7-point deficit. Scott departs the basketball game for Central State. Julian Watson departs for Tuskegee. Bryce Cummings back out on the floor now for Coach Taylor. Amir on the second free throw knocked them both down from the line. Good job there by Amir to make it 57-52. Now Tuskegee within striking distance with 8:59 remaining, trailing by 5. Central State down at the block. They go underneath and a whistle there. Turning his back was Isaiah Daniel. Cambridge catching up with that play, and Dillon guilty of the personal. That's his first. And at the line, it'll be the junior Isaiah Daniel from Compton, California, to shoot for Central State. So Dillon picks up that personal. Daniel at the line. Central State 8 of 10 shooting from the free throw line. First free throw is good by Daniel. That's his first points of the ball game. Kasame Draper back out on the floor for Tuskegee. He'll replace Cambridge in the lineup. So it's Draper, Boyce, Cummings, Pennington, and Rodney Walker out on the floor for Coach Taylor. 8:51 remains. Daniel with the second of 2. Already hit on the first. As the official at the far side, Kyle Ray there at the scorer's table. Coach Taylor and Coach Lewis going to take an opportunity to pull their teams to the sideline. Talk things over as the officiating crew works the scorer's table on the far side. 8:51 remains. Tuskegee trailing the Marauders of Central State. Central State in this ball game. The largest lead came at about in the second half, first half, about 18:32 in the second half, just underway, led by 15 at that point. Daniel got the second free throw. And right now they lead at 59-51. Walker with the basketball for Tuskegee now with 8:46 left in the contest. Draper out front to set a screen. Rodney slides at the front. Right side he goes to Cummings. Bryce with it. Across the floor to Rodney. They'll work at left side just in front of the Tuskegee bench. Shot clock works its way down to 9 now. Draper way away from the basket. Draper on the move, head fake, turns, got to get it airborne. Right side Pennington before the buzzer, rattled it. It wouldn't stay down, but it got a rebound. Cummings underneath. Cummings fouled. He'll go to the line. Good job there by Bryce Cummings. Always around that basketball. Just has that instinct that he can find that second rebound, get an extra rebound, get a turnover for Tuskegee. The walk-on from Tallahassee, Florida, has really made his presence felt for Tuskegee. Starting as far back as last year, just kind of proving himself to get playing time and has earned more of it. He's at the line shooting here. Banked the first free throw, good for Tuskegee. So Cummings with his first point of the ball game makes it 59-52 with 8:17 remaining in the contest. Bryce for the second. Missed on that one. Basketball tapped around, rebound to the Marauders. Luster lost it. He'll run it down in the half-court set, though. Down at the block he goes, Randall. Randall at the corner covered by Boyce. Now they push it back out front. Key with the basketball. We work our way to 8 minutes left. 7-point lead for Central State. Key on the move, left side held by Rodney Walker. And Key will be at the line shooting. Rodney a bit slow defensively there, just reached out and grabbed Key, so he picks up the personal. So a timeout on the floor, 7:57.
That's his first foul. After this immediate timeout.
Tuskegee took a timeout here with 7:57 remaining. They trail at 59-52. And after the timeout, it'll be Stephen Key, the second at the line, shooting for Central State. Key has just posed a problem for the Golden Tigers all ball game long. He became convinced that he could penetrate on the inside, and he's done that throughout this ball game. Found some baskets on the inside, and when he hasn't had a basket, he has been fouled and sent to the free throw line for Central State. Stephen Key, the second team all-conference for the Marauders at Central State. In his junior year, he had a good season for them last year. One of the central players for the Marauders of Central State. Travis Lewis, in his first year as a head coach of the Marauders of Central State, has led this team to a 13-11 mark at this point in the season. And 8-8 in SIAC play. They play on Saturday as well when they host the Thoroughbreds of Kentucky State. So on Saturday, after the ball game here this afternoon or tonight, we should start to see some separation as we head into next week and the final week of play. Tuskegee play on Monday at Lamont Owen, but ball games over the weekend as these three teams in the West, Tuskegee, Kentucky State, and Central State and Kentucky State playing on Monday. So that will be a determinant based upon what happens in this ball game tonight as who shakes out as number 2, 3, and 4 in the West, with Miles already clinching out west. Key with the first free throw, set for the second. 7:57 remains. Key for the second, got that as well. Full court pressure for Central State now as Pennington handles across the timeline for TU. On a weave, gives it back to Rodney out front. Right side, Draper with it away from the basket. Now Boyce handles way out front. Pennington, right side, tried to get it in the corner, and it's tapped away and taken away by the Marauders of Central State. So the turnover by Tuskegee sends it back to Central State. Half-court set. Rodney Walker tweaked an ankle, left ankle there, as he stepped on the foot of Khalil Luster out front. They call the foul on Amir Boyce in a half-court set, so Amir picks up his second. And Noah Goins back out on the floor. See if Rodney's okay after just stepping on the foot of Luster. Favoring it just a little bit now. And he's on the fastest floor player on the floor now with Stephen Key. We'll see how that impacts him on his defensive work. Right side, they work at the Scott. Scott backpedals on Pennington. Back up top, Key on the move, right side. Inside the paint, lost it outside the circle. Now gets it back out front to Thomas. 4 to shoot. Scott way out front with an air ball. Basketball to Tuskegee. That good defensive work by the Golden Tigers. They'll get rewarded with the basketball. Pennington in the backcourt now. Rodney wants it in the backcourt as Daniels guards Rodney. Rodney across the timeline, left side, gives it over to Draper. We're at 6:58 remaining. Tuskegee trailing 61-52. Noah, left side, Bryce. Bryce at the block, Kasami. Kasami on the move inside the paint. To his left, lost his dribble, back up top to Rodney now. 9-8 shoot for Tuskegee. Rodney left side, up top D.A. D.A. head fakes, defense flies by. D.A. from the free throw line, missed. Noah had a rebound there, couldn't quite collect it. And they'll give it over to the Marauders on a shot clock violation. Noah down at the block just missed the basketball on an attempted rebound. With 6:30 left now, Central State with the basketball. They lead 61-52. Out front, Randall handles, works it to Daniel. Up top with it, it's Thomas. Goins guarding him. Noah playing out there with 3 personals. Right side to go at the block. Whistles at the baseline. And a foul called at the block. They'll call the foul on Rodney Walker down at the baseline. Rodney's picked up his second. So Bryce Cummings off the floor now. Chip Culpepper back out on the floor. Stephen Key back to the line for the Marauders of Central State. Key has been to that line several times in this second half for Central State. And he got a free throw there. Key now up with 16 in the ball game after that first free throw. One more coming here. And he got that to fall as well. So the lead pushed back up now to 11 for the Marauders of Central State at 63-52 with 6:13 left in the ball game. Walker in the backcourt over to Pennington. Now Rodney guarded by Luster in the backcourt. Now across the timeline left side. Right side he goes with the pass to Draper. Draper up top to Noah. Noah looking to his left. Now back to the right, Culpepper. 12 to shoot. Culpepper circles out front. Leaves it over to Rodney. Now down to 7. He's near the scorer's table. Draper with 5 to shoot. Draper head fakes with the jumper. Missed on the shot. Backside rebound and a shot clock violation for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. They're going to put 1 second on the shot clock. They say it was tapped out of bounds by the Marauders. So Tuskegee's going to have to catch and shoot here with just 1 second. Rodney looks to the inside. Pushes Draper, tapped it, and then he got the basket. They'll count it. Good, just 1-and-1 effort there. A floater floated up top, and Rodney just Draper just shot it right toward the cylinder with one hand, and he got it. 63-54. Randall out front, missed on the shot, rebound the Draper, and here comes Tuskegee now. 5:22 left. DA to the glass, shot rejected at the block. It'll stay with Tuskegee though. 5:19 left, 63-54. How about that shot with just 1 second left? Rodney just floated it on the inside, and Draper just all in one motion just caught it and kind of a semi-hook shot. Got it to fall before the buzzer. Pennington, right of the cylinder for Tuskegee. Need a basket here. They get it in play to Draper. DA in the corner now behind the arc. Thought about the three. Pulls off of it. Goes up top to Noah. Noah hard pushed right side. Noah turns to the right, to the glass, and Goins with the basket for Tuskegee. With 5:03 left, makes it 63-56. Good work by Noah on the inside. He's got 6 in the ball game. Luster now across the timeline for Central State. Things getting a little tighter here. Daniel with it. Back out top now. Gives it over to Thomas. Brandon Scott with it behind the key. Or behind the arc up top. Lost his dribble. 6 to shoot for Central State. Scott with it with 3 to shoot. He'll have to fire a three-pointer. Missed on an air ball again. There's that defense of Tuskegee. The number 2 field goal defensive team in the nation. First in the SIAC. Second in the conference in scoring. 6th in the nation defensively and scoring overall. 4:34 remains. Tuskegee trails 63-56. Chance to cut the deficit this trip down the floor. Rodney Walker across the timeline. Luster will meet him there. Rodney right side. Now back out front. Goins trying to set a screen. Rodney will work off of that left side. They'll jump him out there inside and they throw it away. Back up the floor, Scott. Lead behind now. Trailing with the They got it inside the Marshall Hamilton. Tuskegee missed a good opportunity on the offensive end of the floor with the turnover. Now we're down to 4 minutes left. 65-56 Central State leads. Walker, right side. Lost his dribble. Looking to the corner. Goes to Pennington. Pennington surveys. Trying to get it to Draper at the block. He's doubled immediate. Turns with the jumper. Missed on it. Backside rebound. Fought for. Tapped out of bounds. And the basketball over to the Marauders of Central State with 3:43 remaining. And a timeout on the floor. It's a media timeout. 65-56. The Marauders of Central State lead The Golden Tigers of Tuskegee will take a time out here on GTSF.
Tuskegee fans, this is the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
What does education mean when you choose the top HBCU in Alabama?
So one of the things that's been most valuable for my experience at Tuskegee is being able to face challenges head on. I can definitely say here I've learned how to be an advocate for myself, how to speak up, and how to present myself in ways that can help me get opportunities, that help me fix things that may not be right. And I think that's really just the best skill that I've learned here that I can take with me for the rest of my life.
Look forward to your bright future. Apply to Tuskegee University today.
I am Deborah Rogers, Deputy Chief Athletic Director, and this is the Golden Tiger Sports Network.
3 minutes, 43 seconds remains here. Tuskegee trails 65-56 to the Marauders of Central State. Tuskegee after the timeout. Pennington, Wade Crawford out on the floor. Noah Goins, Rodney Walker, and Chip Culpepper, the 5 for Coach Benchy Taylor and Tuskegee. Central State. I guess they'll have the basketball. Got a reverb here. Brandon Scott with it in the backcourt. Got it for the Marauders in play to Luster in the backcourt. Trapped immediately. Got it over across the mid-stripe to Key. And they go into a half-court set now. Central State from the floor, 22 of 49 at 45%. Tuskegee, 21 of 46 at 46%. At the rack, Brandon Scott, he's fouled. He'll be at the line shooting as Pennington picks up his third personal now. Pennington played with the 2 personals from early in this basketball game, the very first minute of the contest, and all the way down with 3:23 remaining in the ball game, picks up his third. So that's a disciplined player that knows how to play with fouls. He only got his third there as Brandon Scott misses on the first free throw. Scott with 17 points in the ball game. A correction, Scott with 7 for the Marauders of Central State. 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Now 1 of 3 as he missed on the first of 2 here. 3:23 remains. Scott good on the second. Tuskegee trails 66-56. Walker, half-court set. Trey Crawford sets the screen. Up top, Noah pops out for the basketball. Left side, Culpepper just in front of the Tuskegee bench. Off of a screen by Goins. Back to Noah, left side. Noah working down at the block. Head fakes, plants. Shot rejected in the corner. Noah runs it down for Tuskegee. Fresh 20. Culpepper at the free throw line. Can't get the shot off. Got it to Crawford. Trey in the corner, penetrates all the way through. Left side, left it under the cylinder on the attempted lay-in. Basketball back to the Marauders of Central State. 2:43 left in the contest now as Luster comes across the timeline. Tuskegee, maybe one more charge in them, trailing by 10, 66-56. Luster behind the arc right side, doubled out there, leaves it behind for Key. Key with 17 in the ball game now on the move left side in the corner. Jumper free there by Thomas, and he's open for the triple, and he hit it. Thomas, he's got 8 in the ball game. The lead now 69-56. We're at 2:07 left. Walker trying to get a screen from Crawford. Trade obliges Pennington behind the arc. DA for 3. Missed on the rainbow shot. Rebound in the corner to Brandon Scott and the Marauders of Central State. So with less than 2 minutes remaining now, Marauders lead it 69-56. Half court set out front. Stephen Key with the basketball. Key has been the key for the Marauders in this second half. Jumper out front. That one's off the mark. Whistles down low as they screen for position, and we go back the other way. Central State bunching it up on the inside. Draper set to come back in. A foul called on the inside, I believe, or just on the inbound. The basketball was on the inbound line. Marauders had it, so on the turnover, Tuskegee will have it with 1:36 left. Walker into the backcourt, guarded by Isaiah Daniel. Rodney jumped out front, left side, Pennington. Pennington lets the defense fly by. Culpepper for three in the corner. Air ball, backside rebound. Noah tried to save it, and it's going back the other way. 79 seconds remains in the basketball game, and Central State is starting to feel it here. The women defeated the Golden Tigers last night to break the 10-game win streak for Tuskegee's women. They won at 58-52. And the men, with 79 seconds, appear on their way to defeat the Golden Tigers on the men's side. Tuskegee with all that momentum coming in after the HBCU All-Star Challenge win over Morehouse, hoping that they would bring that momentum here inside of the Lewis Gymnasium. But Central State took control of this basketball game early and never really relented in terms of their offensive play. Led by as many as 13 in this ball game, and they lead it by that same amount now with 1:19 left in the ball game. The Marauders of Central State led the largest numbers by 15 in the ball game. And that was early in the second half. But right now, they lead by a 69-56 margin and appear on their way to shake things up in terms of the West Division. As Key handles, and he's bumped by Draper, headed inside the cylinder, and he'll be at the line shooting for Central State. So we take a look at those standings again, Eric, from the West Division of the SIC. We get a chance to put them back up there again with 1:12 left. And the way things are standing right now at this moment, Tuskegee with a 9-8 conference lead over Central State. But if things stay the way that they are, it'll be Central State, Kentucky State, and Tuskegee all with 9 and 8 marks on the conference side in terms of win-losses for the West Division of the SIAC. Tuskegee has defeated Kentucky State earlier in the season. They defeated Central State earlier in the season as well. So they'll be even at 1-1, and it'll depend largely on what happens with these teams on Saturday and Monday, as Tuskegee will finish its regular season with a doubleheader on Saturday and then on Monday at Lemoyne-On. And Lemoyne-On, the bottom team on the West. So still some play for Tuskegee, so the picture not completely in focus, with just 64 seconds remaining here, and Central State leading 70-56. Down in the corner on the move, Culpepper with a jumper chip, tried to bank it, but he missed on the shot. The rebound collected, thrown right to Draper on the inside by Daniels for Central State. Draper underneath the defense, and Kasami will go to the line for Tuskegee. But with 44 seconds left here, Central State under head coach Travis Lewis, they do what they had to do here with the win over the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee to tighten things up in the Western Division. Also got a whole lot of traffic going on the eastern side of the SIAC with Albany State, Clark Atlanta, Morehouse, and Edward Waters. Still a real tight battle on that side of the SIAC as well. I understand Morehouse is playing Edward Waters tonight. Had an early check on that ball game with Morehouse leading Edward Waters. Don't have any updates on that one as of late, but things still tight on that side of the SIAC. And it's just typical for this conference. You hear Coach Taylor talking about it all season long about how much parity there is between these teams in the conference. And this is really evident of it as you take a look at the standings late in the season with just a couple of ball games left. And a timeout taken by the Marauders with 35.5 seconds left. They lead at 70-57. Maybe an opportunity here for Coach Lewis to allow some of the seniors for Central State to get out on the floor. As we see Taj Mitchell, he's a senior from Dunwoody, Georgia. He's set to check in for Coach Lewis, as they will go on to win this ball game against the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee here at home on senior night. Lewis, Mitchell that is, a senior from Dunwoody. Only 7 games on the appearing for Central State for them during the course of the season. So he'll get a chance to say goodbye to the Marauder faithfuls here inside the Beacom Lewis Gymnasium with just 35 seconds left. Tuskegee winning the ball game out in Oakland, 68-55 against Morehouse. Not able to bring that momentum here into Central State this evening. Started out kind of slow into this ball game and never really got their rhythm until kind of late into the second half. But by then, Central State a little bit too far ahead for Tuskegee to kind of muster up a real charge at it. Coach Taylor going with some of the players in that lineup that wouldn't ordinarily play that early in the ball game, but Pennington with the 2 early personals had to make some early adjustments to Tuskegee's approach to the ball game and never able to kind of rebound with this contest against the Marauders of Central State. So Central State, they got Ibrahim Jarju, the junior from Senegal. He'll inbound the basketball. One of the players that doesn't play much for the Marauders. They alley-oop it at the block. Jarju there with a rebound, and he's fouled at the block by Draper. So Jarju, the 6'8 junior from Casamance, Senegal, will be at the line shooting. Taj Mitchell, the free senior out there. Not a lot of seniors on this Central State squad, as Jarju wins that first one. Update on that Morehouse Edward Waters ball game. The Maroon Tigers with an 85-77 lead over the Tigers of Edward Waters. That's late in that ball game. And Morehouse could be on the way to shaking things up even more on the East Division of the SIAC. Pennington down at the block, got it over to Draper with just 20 seconds left. And Draper trying to get it back out front to Walker and threw it right into the scorer's table. Maybe we can put those standings back up again, Eric, on the East. Take a look at that one for just a moment. With just 17 seconds left, Edward Waters and Morehouse engaged down there, and Edward Waters appearing maybe on their way to win that ball game to tighten things up on the east side of the SIAC as well. Jumper out. Drew with a three-pointer to end it here inside Beacom Lewis Arena. Jarju's three-pointer makes it 75-57. And Jarju got an injured Marauder down. That's Rayvon Thomas down on the surface. The game is already over, but this could be costly for the Marauders of Central State. Jarju's three-pointer makes it a 75-57 final. But down in the backcourt is Rayvon Thomas, the junior from Detroit, Michigan. After that celebration, Thomas down holding looks to be his right leg. And we'll hope that he is okay for Central State, as they're looking at his right leg after the celebration as Jarju hit that three-point shot. And I'm not sure if it was during the celebration or if he just fell down in the backcourt, but some concern for Coach Travis Lewis and Central State as they defeat the Golden Tigers here inside Beacom Lewis Arena, as Thomas is able to stand on that right leg, but favoring it as he comes toward the sideline. looks to be okay to some degree, not a doctor by any stretch of the imagination, but was able to get up under his own power. As the Marauders celebrate the win over the Golden Tigers. So the Marauders go to 14-11 on the season, and now they pull tied at 9-8 in a conference mark against the Golden Tigers at Tuskegee. Tuskegee falls to 11-13, and they fall to 9-9 mark in terms of SIAC play with the loss here to the Marauders of Central State. So Central State at 9-8 with the win. And we'll just see how things shake up with the remaining 2 ball games left in the season. But Tuskegee definitely wanted to win this one on the road this evening against the Marauders of Central State. But the nod here inside the Beacon Lewis Arena, they fall 75-57 to Central State. We'll take a quick time out here and back to wrap things up on GTSA.
Tuskegee fans, this is the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
STEM careers are one of the fastest growing fields, yet women of color comprise less than 10% of the workforce within these high-paying jobs. Tuskegee University is changing this. In 2018, we were awarded a grant from the National Science Foundation to develop computer science career awareness for young African American women. In 2019, we established the Campaign for Leadership and Excellence Scholarship. It provides future female engineers with financial support to pursue their educational goals. Today, Tuskegee continues to educate African American women in STEM fields, empowering them to pursue their chosen careers and providing the foundation they need to transform science, medicine, and technology. If a STEM career is in your future, explore what Tuskegee can offer you.
Hi, I'm Lily Lanier, the class of 1971, Tuskegee University, and this is the Golden Tiger Sports Network.
Thank you, Ms. Lanier, former National Alumni President for Tuskegee University. And here inside Bacon Lewis Gymnasium, things have shaken up considerably on the West Division of the SIAC after Tuskegee falls to the Marauders of Central State this evening, 75-57. Coming into the night, Tuskegee was in second place with 9-8 conference mark, having defeated Kentucky State and Central State earlier in the season. They were tied with Kentucky State coming into tonight's ball game and one ahead of Central State. But with the loss now, Tuskegee goes to 9-9 in SIAC play. The Marauders go up to 9-8 in SIAC play. Kentucky State was already at 9-8, so the loss tumbles to Tuskegee to fourth right now in the Western Division of the SIAC with 2 ball games remaining against Spring Hill and Lemoyne on Saturday and Monday. So we talked about the significance of this ball game this evening here at Central State, and it really plays out for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee, taking a 2-spot fall after losing to the Marauders of Central State 75-57. So Tuskegee now with 11-13 overall, and they go to an even 9-9 in the SIAC. And the way things started today, don't have any word as to, I don't think anybody else is playing on this rare night of Tuesday night basketball because Tuskegee had to move his schedule because of playing in the HBCU All-Star Challenge over the weekend. So as things stand tonight, Kentucky State at 9-8 and 12-10, and Central State with the win tonight, they will go to 14-11 and 9-8 in the SIAC play. So right now, Tuskegee down in that 4th spot. And out of the 4 teams in the East Division, the top 3 will host at home. Miles has already clinched, so they get the bye. So it'll depend on how things finish up for the remaining 2 ball games as to whether Tuskegee can climb back out of 4th and maybe get a higher seed and play one of the lower seeds in the West out of Lemoyne and Lane College, with determining based upon what happens in the final 2 ball games of the season. So a difficult loss for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee as they fall to the Marauders of Central State in basketball action tonight. Take a look at some of the numbers before we close things out. For the Marauders of Central State, 24 of 52 shooting, 46% from the floor. They were 9 of 26 from behind the arc at 35%, and 18 of 22 shooting from the free throw line. For the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee, 21 of 51 shooting from the floor at 41%, 5 of 14 from behind the arc at 36% there, and 10 from 15 from the free throw line at 67%. For the Marauders of Central State, several players in double figures. They were led by Stephen Key. He had 18 to finish the ball game for them. Savion Marshall Hamilton, he finished with 15, and they got 10 from Javante Randall. For the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee, R.J. Walker finished with 16 for Tuskegee. Kasame Draper led Tuskegee in scoring overall. He had 20 points and 4 rebounds. Andy Anthony Pennington finished the ball game with 10 for Tuskegee. Rebounding edge went to Central State. They led in rebounding 33 to 31 over Tuskegee. You can see some of the other numbers on the screen. Turnovers, Tuskegee with 12, 8 for the Marauders of Central State. 5 fast break points for Central State, and 1 fast break lay-in for Tuskegee in this basketball game. So Tuskegee falls to the Marauders of Central State. Tuskegee now at 11-13 on the season and 9-9 in the SIAC. And the Marauders with the win, they go to 14-11 on the season and 9-8 in the SIAC. That'll do it for our coverage here from Beacom Lewis Gymnasium on the campus of Central State University. Tuskegee falls in women's action on yesterday, and the men fall here tonight to the Marauders of Central State. Final 75-57. Reminder, we got basketball action for you coming from Chappie James on Saturday. Doubleheader action as the Golden Tigers will host the Badgers of Spring Hill. Women's action at 1 o'clock from Chappie James. The men follow at 3. Special thanks to Tuskegee University President Dr. Mark Brown, Chief Operating Officer and Vice President of Student Affairs, Dr. Rolanda Rice, Athletics Director and Executive Director of the Golden Tigers Sports Network, Reginald Ruffin, Deborah Rogers-Jones, the Deputy Chief Athletics Director, to the Communications and Marketing Department led by Tanya Lee, and direct assistance to the Athletics Department from Stefan Smith, to the Sports Information Director at Tuskegee University, Jordan Benson, Nicholas Brown, the Academic Advisor and Game Day Operations for Tuskegee Athletics, Leader Lynn, the Advisor to Tuskegee University Cheerleading Squad, and to Marcus Jeter, the Athletics Trainer for Tuskegee Athletics, and to our GTSN production team led by Eric Tabor with our remote production tonight, producer and director for our coverage here from Central State University. And a big thank you to you for listening to our coverage here on GTSN. A reminder, we're back in action on Saturday from Chappie James at 1 o'clock. Women's basketball, Golden Tigers hosting the Lady Badgers of Spring Hill. Men's action to follow on GTSN. Until then, Charles Worth, thanking you so much for joining us here this evening from Wilberforce, Ohio, and we will see you on Saturday from Tuskegee, Alabama. This has been a production of the Golden Tiger Sports Network.
Tuskegee fans, thank you for listening to the Golden Tigers Sports Network. Broadcast coverage of Tuskegee athletics on the Golden Tiger Sports Network is brought to you by Alabama Department of Public Health. Healthy people, healthy communities, healthy Alabama. Booster Digital Displays, dedicated to providing high-quality, affordable LED displays with exceptional service. TNT Fireworks, celebrating more than 100 years of America's #1 best-selling brand of fireworks. Alabama Power, developed for the service of Alabama. Wind Creek Casino, Montgomery, elevate your game to fabulous. The Home Depot, more saving, more doing. Coca-Cola, real magic. Zuby's Taco Kitchen, Yellowwood. And by Vibes Restaurant, we're all about good vibes. Utilities Board of Tuskegee, purpose, progress, people.